what can happen next in the NFL. At this point, anything goes. And I mean anything. What's going on, guys? Diggs Report here, back to you with another video. And today we're going over my Week 10 picks. I'm not going to waste any more time with this. I'm just going to jump right in. Alright, our Thursday night game is going to be Baltimore traveling to Miami. Miami picked up their second win of the season. However, it was against the Texans, and they already have 7 losses on the season, more than they had last year. Meanwhile, Baltimore was able to pick up a win against Minnesota, but they had to come from behind for the 3rd time this year. Baltimore needs to stop getting off the slow starts and giving their fans heart attacks. They're going to kill somebody. Oh, in the meantime, I'm going to pick Baltimore over Miami, although nothing would surprise me in this game. Nothing. Buffalo taking on the Jets. This is another one that would not surprise me no matter what happens, because Buffalo lost to the Jaguars, and they gave up 9 points. That should not happen in today's NFL. Jets, meanwhile, lost to the Colts on Thursday night. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. However, they cannot afford to have another slip-up. Not with New England coming back. Tampa Bay taking on Washington. Tampa Bay coming off a bye. Washington coming off a bye. However, give me Tampa Bay. One of the best teams in the league right now, even with the secondary a little shaky, should be more than enough to beat Washington. Atlanta taking on Dallas. This was a strange game last year, in case you forgot how Dallas was able to come from behind and beat Atlanta. Well, Dallas coming off a loss against the Broncos. Meanwhile, Atlanta picked up a win against New Orleans. Almost blew the game, but they didn't. Good for them. But give me Dallas at home. They rebound. New Orleans taking on Tennessee. For New Orleans, first game without Jameis Winston. Almost pulled out the come-from-behind win against the Falcons. However, blew it late in the game. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they had a great first game without Derrick Henry. They beat the Rams on the road. That was impressive. Give me Tennessee for this one. Jacksonville taking on Indianapolis. Indianapolis coming off of 10 days of rest after beating the New York Jets. Meanwhile, Jacksonville picked up their second win of the season, beating the Bills, shutting down Josh Allen in that offense. That was pretty impressive by the Jaguars. However, for this game, give me Indianapolis. Lions taking on the Steelers. For the Steelers, they had a scare against Chicago. However, they were able to pick up the win on a last-minute field goal. Detroit, meanwhile, still does not have a win on the season. They are coming off a bye, which is a good thing. However, I'm still going to go with Pittsburgh on this one. Cleveland taking on New England. Cleveland beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati last week. Meanwhile, Patriots able to pick up a win. They are right back in the thick of it of their division. But I'm going to go with the Browns over the Patriots on this one. I don't know. Browns just seem like a different team without Beckham. Minnesota taking on the Chargers. Chargers had a scare against the Eagles, but able to win the game. Meanwhile, Minnesota kinda blew a lead against Baltimore. Yeah, that's happened to them a few times this year. As for this game, I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one. Carolina taking on Arizona. For Carolina, they started off the season strong. However, Sam Darnold has definitely regressed. Meanwhile, Arizona able to rebound after losing their first game of the season, able to beat the 49ers. Give me the Cardinals on this one. Philadelphia taking on Denver. Philadelphia was neck and neck with the Chargers last week, however, could not pull off the victory. Meanwhile, Denver, I had mentioned, beat Dallas on the road. That was impressive, and I say they beat the Eagles this week. Seattle taking on Green Bay. This one's an interesting matchup because, as we all know, Aaron Rodgers is not going to be cleared from COVID until at least Saturday. That's 1 day before this game. Meanwhile, Seattle has their franchise quarterback back in Russell Wilson. He's ready to go, cleared, and it looks like he's back to full strength. This one's a tough one because we don't know if Rodgers is going to play. I'm just going to put it to you this way. If Russell Wilson is taking on Jordan Love, give me the Seahawks. If Aaron Rodgers does find a way to play, I'm going to go with the Packers. So it's all depending on who's starting for the Green Bay Packers at quarterback. KC taking on the Raiders. KC definitely needed that win last week against the Packers. Meanwhile, the Raiders, What else could go wrong for the Raiders? They've had to cut their first 2 picks from last year's draft, and they've had to fire their head coach already. What else could go wrong? Oh, give me KC for this game. And our Monday night game is going to be the Rams taking on the 49ers. The Rams just did not look like the Rams we've seen all year on Sunday night against the Titans. Meanwhile, 49ers definitely a little disappointing right now. Just don't know what's going to happen with them. They got to find a way to turn it around quickly, but I don't think they're going to get it done. I think the Rams win this one. Alright guys, those were my picks for Week 10, and I'll see you next time.